The Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce Small Business Awards is today, and joining me in studio is the CEO of the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce, Mike Murphy. Mike, thanks for taking time with us this morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Greg. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
No, absolutely. And I appreciate the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce for giving me the opportunity to MC today's event.
We're very excited to have you there and looking forward to it.
Well, and what I love about it is it's a great way to honor those in the community who are entrepreneurs, who are creating jobs, who are investing in the community. And it's not just those looking for a profit. You've also got those who are nonprofits. So, we've had these award ceremonies year after year after year. There was a minor disruption with COVID where you had a virtual award ceremony with limited people in a room. But last year was a huge turnout. How's this year looking?
It's looking great. We were hoping for 350 people, and as of yesterday, we had 435 who has registered. So it's going to be a packed room, and we're really excited about it.
So what's this all about? Why have these small business awards?
Well, the small business is really what drives the economy, and a lot of times the big operators get a lot of the attention and the credit. They're the ones with the up to 5,000 to 6,000 jobs in Springfield. But we like to honor those who are actually the majority of the workforce. And that's the small businesses.
Yeah, and I've seen stats where it's like every 3 out of 4 jobs is a small business job.
60% at minimum. That's about the lowest I've ever seen is in a small business.
Now, the past 2 years obviously have been rough on small businesses. Talk about, I guess, the perseverance that it takes. As somebody who you ran a small business, Mike, you ran a restaurant, Charlie Parker's, and you ultimately didn't have to run that during the pandemic as a state lawmaker, but I'm sure that as somebody who ran a small business, you heard from small businesses regularly. So talk about that perseverance that it takes to make it through something like that.
I'm so proud of all of our small businesses, what they've gone through since March of 2020. Their whole lives was disrupted. I've said many times that look at what they did and how they pivoted, especially the industry I came from. Some of them had to rethink their whole operation, go from where they didn't even do carryouts, and all of a sudden they did carryouts. They came up with deliveries. We had ghost kitchens where they would maximize the use of their facilities. They just did a multitude of things that to survive, and they didn't do it just to survive for them. I said every day that I went to Charlie Parker's, the most important thing I did was stick the key in the door so 23 people could have a job that day. And that's what they did it for. And so I'm so proud of everyone who survived and worked hard going through COVID.
And also, a lot of these small businesses gave back to the community all throughout those 2 years as well.
It was amazing. Here they were; they didn't know if they were going to survive or not. And we had a lot of restaurants giving away 200 or 300 meals a day. It was just unbelievable amount. That there was several of them throughout the community who did this, and they knew that they weren't the only ones up against it, and they were going to come out of it, and they have. If you look back at the ones who really contributed to the community, they're strong today.
We're talking with Mike Murphy, the CEO of the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce, with the Small Business Awards today. Later on this morning, a lot of small businesses getting together to celebrate each other, and also some of them are up for awards. Mike, tell us about the awards that are up for consideration today.
Sure. We have 4 different categories. We have a Not-for-Profit Business Director of the Year. We have 6 nominees in that category. We have the New and Emerging Business Owner of the Year. So those are the new businesses, and some of those were started during COVID, which is amazing. We have 10 nominees in that category. Small Business Owner of the Year, we have 12. And then we have the Lifetime Award Business Owner of the Year. And so this is somebody who's been around a long time, given a lot back to the community, and we have 5 nominees in that category.
And people will recognize a lot of these names, even for like the nonprofit businesses that are up for consideration. Community Child Care Connection, Compass for Kids, Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Illinois, Springfield Art Association, Springfield Post number 32, the American Legion. You've also got the James Project, just some of the nonprofits that are up.
Sure.
And then the new and emerging businesses.
Now, those are some of the ones that some people might not be totally aware
Sure.
of because they're just new on the scene, but they're doing some great and innovative things.
Absolutely. And these are all going to be honored today for the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce Small Business Awards. And awards are going to be handed out. And Mike, we actually are planning on getting out there at a good time so that we can set up some cameras similar to what we're doing here, you and I,
Sure.
And feature some of these small businesses. So the audience here with Springfield's Morning News will throughout the week be hearing from these award winners and what it takes to make a small business work and what it takes to have the passion and to create those jobs and to invest in the community. Mike, on the business front, what are some big things that are coming down the pike?
Oh, I'm really excited about what's going on in Springfield. Last week, I was at a groundbreaking that was just phenomenal. It's a Springfield Clinic, their pediatric center that they're building over on the west side, 5 acres. I mean, but what's exciting about it was talking to him about the plans. This is going to be a little bit different than a medical facility that you go to. There's going to be a slide from the second floor down to the first floor. Did
you say a slide?
A slide,
like a fireman's post, or like an actual
an actual slide. It's my understanding. They're going to. They talked about that they have a fish tank where they're at now, and so there are going to be multiple fish tanks there that the kids will be able to see. But the really thing that I got excited about was the doctor who's in charge of that center. She said the design team shadowed them for several days to make sure that what they were building was going to be functional for them. And so there's total ownership by the people who are going to work there.
That's
and this
great.
wasn't just doctors. This was nurses and other staff members that they shadowed. And I thought it was just a great way to do something. And it's going to be a facility that we can be proud of. And, you know, I've said since I've taken this job, in my opinion, the real growth, we're going to have growth along all industries in Springfield, but the real growth is going to be in the medical area. Yeah. And so I think this is just an example of that.
Mike Murphy, the CEO of the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce, and the Small Business Awards luncheon is today. We're looking at more than 400 people there. Is that right?
435 registered as of yesterday.
That's great. So looking forward to seeing all of those faces and hearing more about all the passion that there is with these small business owners. Mike, thank you so much for taking time with us, and we'll see you down there in just a handful of hours. All right,
Greg, I'm looking forward to it, and I really appreciate you being willing to be involved in this, and I think you're going to leave here today feeling really good and positive about the community.
Fantastic. Good stuff. All right, greatly appreciate it. We'll see you soon here with Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's